Hello, abusuafo. Obiara ho yɛ deɛ. Megye di sɛ Kristo nti, obiara ho yɛ. Nti mo a moabɛka yɛn ho a yɛbɛdi nkɔmmɔ nyinaa, mema mo nyinaa adwo, mema mo nyinaa ha. Sɛ ade akye wo baabi a wowɔ a, mema wakye. Megye di yie sɛ Nyame adom, wo ho yɛ paa. Me nso me ho yɛ. Nyame adom, me ho yɛ paa na nkɔmmɔ bi na abɛtɔ m'adwene so a mepɛ sɛ yɛdi ho nkɔmmɔ kakra. There's this burning topic that has been creeping up over and over and over again. And I really want us to address this issue, talk about it. And, some people think, people get into trouble all the time with this. I can't believe that people still fall for the scams, but they absolutely do. I'm actually in the midst of a situation right now, and it all has a bearing on online dating. Intinacha say it is still very much a fresh, hot topic, and we need to address it, especially in our community, once and for all. I think to start with, a lot of us mistake dating for intimate relationship. So before I go any further, and you guys, whoever is watching, please give me a wave or a hello because I can't see who you are. We mistake dating for intimate relationship, and that's where a lot of things come crumbling down. And so I wanted to start the show by defining in dictionary terms what dating actually means. And so I'm going to read it out to you and then we'll explain it. Dating. What is dating? So my dictionary says that dating is a stage of a romantic relationship in human beings whereby two people meet socially with the aim of assessing the other's suitability as a prospective partner in an intimate relationship. So the aim of this whole dating thing is that you meet somebody, you have conversation, open conversation, and through your interactions with this person, you yourself in your head, you're doing your checks and balances to see whether this person is ideal for you. This is the person that you think you can have as a prospective candidate to actually move forward with your friendship into something more serious. But in Pempi, a lot of us mistake dating for romance. And I think this is where all the problems that have arisen from online dating have arisen. 20 years ago or so, when I was, in the prime of my life, and I thought that I've arrived, this is Sika. And I think I was in university at that point. Dating online wasn't really a big thing, definitely not where I was. And it was all about meeting people through school or whatever interactions, church, workplace, all those things that we do, parties, weddings, engagements, those kinds of things. And that was where you met your prospective candidate and you dated them and then decided where the relationship went from there. So back in the day, the relationship was all about meeting people in the flesh and then going from there. But right now, times have changed. Everybody is spending so much time on this device, mobile phone or computer or tablet or laptop or whatever it might be for you. And so for that reason, we don't have time to go out and meet people anymore. And so the online thing has become, what's rife right now, what is more easy for people to do. Convenience is what I'm saying, which, there's nothing wrong with that. Guys, I'm not saying that online dating is bad because that's what a lot of people do these days. Hardly do people go out there again, go to bars, pubs, and clubs with the whole intention of meeting people. Very few people do that these days. I get it. I understand. But what I'm actually saying is that I want to draw the awareness on the pitfalls of online dating so that people are more aware of it, and you're going into an online date more armed with tools to make sure you safeguard yourself and protect yourself for the potential things that can go wrong with you on your online dating. I know some people who have had some massive successes dating online, meeting people online, and going on from there to have serious, committed relationships. A big worry with children. So all of those things are possible, but it still doesn't, negate the fact that you have to be careful. So I'm here today to present some of the advantages of online dating. And the first thing that I'll say is that by its very word, online, it means that you cut out this whole face-to-face interaction with the person from the get-go. So what is online dating? You go online, set yourself up a profile on one of these dating sites. There's so many of them. I don't even know what the latest ones are, but I know there's things like Tinder, Bumble, and all sorts of things, Match.com and all the likes. And, eHarmony and all of those things. You create your own personal profile and people put their pictures and all of those things, say who they are and all that. And then, if you're a woman, then guys or people of the opposite sex would, size you up by what you've put there. And if they see something that attracts them, then that's when the whole communication backwards and forwards starts. Now, I know there's a lot of free dating sites out there. I know that there's some of them that have a lot of rubbish. Sometimes when things are free, the word free isn't always free because you pick up a lot of rubbish. People that are just there for the sake of being there, not really serious about being in a relationship. You find those kinds of people on there. And you might unfortunately be one of those people who is actually serious. You want to meet somebody online. And if you're that sort of person, you just might be disappointed. And then, one of the advantages of online dating, as I said, is that you cut out all this going to meet the person up front the very first time. But I also want to stress that online, by the very nature of the word that is being used as in online, it means that it's just creating that medium for you guys to have that initial interaction from the get-go. Those who are really serious about weeding out the scammers and the evil people that are on there very quickly realize that you have to then take that thing from off the internet and bring it more back to what humans are made to be. We are social beings. That's how we were created. That is why, our creator God never said that it was good for one person to be alone. Otherwise, Adam would have been created and that would have been the end of the story. But he knew that every human being has to have association, has to be with somebody. And this is how Eve came about. And so it's only natural that we have this face-to-face and personal contact with people. So yes, personal contact in the very initial stages doesn't seem to work anymore because we're all busy and we've become social beings, with mobile phone being the thing that we do these days. But we can't negate or neglect the fact that we're human beings and we need that, we still need that personal connection. The second good thing about online dating is that because you're open to people all around the world, right from the comfort of your home. You can be speaking to somebody in Africa, in the US, in Canada, in Britain, Germany, Europe, all over the world, all from being online. It means that you have access to more potential, with emphasis on potential matches, potential people that you can be with, or potential people that you can develop that relationship going forward, and it becomes something more exciting. And so it is also a very good thing. Number three, you can date and talk to people right from the comfort of your home. You know, you can come back from work very tired and looking for something to lighten your mood, and you can be in your PJs in your bed and be chatting to whoever you want to chat to online. So it cuts out this whole having to dress up all the time to go out only to meet somebody for 2 minutes and find, nah, I don't like. And then have to come back home. Cuts out the cost of all of those things, paying money for drinks and food and all of those things, at least initially. The other thing, too, as well, is that a lot of people don't like meeting people in person in the very first place because they're so afraid that they're going to be rejected. If you don't have self-confidence, if you don't like who you are, whether it's physically or otherwise, oh, I'm too short, oh, I've put on too much weight, or I'm too skinny, I'm too dark, I'm too fair colored. A lot of people struggle with their own personal issues with their image. And so they find it hard to go out there and want to meet or, have interactions with other people for fear of being rejected from the get-go. A lot of us don't take rejection very well. I don't think many of us do. But for me, I think it depends on how you deal with rejection. And that's something that we'll talk about another time. And so that is another good advantage of that. I also want to mention you can tailor make your search. So for me, for example, I'm Christian. I'm African. I can't handle people that smoke. This is me personally. I'm not a smoker, and so not interested in people who smoke to date. I don't do drugs. And so you can really be prescriptive about the sort of person that you're looking for so that you weed out all the time wasters, is what I'm saying. And so you have an idea about the sort of person that you want. I want somebody who is got similar intellectuals like I do. I don't want somebody that I can't have intellectual conversations with, or who doesn't have the same outlook of life as I do. I want somebody who is widely read and well traveled, so that we can have these conversations. You know what you want. And so this whole online dating also helps you because you can tailor make your search and say, this is the sort of person I want. I want somebody who is 6 foot tall, who is dark, fair colored, whatever, has a pot belly or otherwise. You'd get to decide that. Also, there's the safety aspect of things. These days we live in a very crazy world. There's some nut jobs out there. And as women especially, you really, really want to be careful who and how you're getting out there looking for somebody who could be your prospective candidate for a date or a committed relationship going forward. I wanted to say, guys, I can't see who's jumping off and on the show. So if you guys can give me a wave, you can say hello, then I know and I can acknowledge you appropriately. I like to have interactions with my audience. And so, if you guys can give me a wave and say hello, that will be amazing. Now, there are also some pitfalls when it comes to relationships, online dating especially. And those are the things that I really, really want to talk about today. I've talked about the advantages. Yes, it's a good thing. If you know how to play the game, then it's a good thing. But unfortunately, a lot of people are falling victim to this. It keeps happening. People think, oh, you hear it, it's happened to some people. No, it is still happening. And this is why the scammers and the bullshitters are still in business, because it is still happening, because it is still a very rife business, and people are still falling prey. They're still getting victims every day. This is why people continue to do these kinds of things. And so, guys, one of the things that I wanted to mention is that when you go online, if you decide that online dating is for you and that is what you want to do, you always have to assume that nothing that you see on there from whoever's profile you're looking at is true. It's best for you to go with that approach than for you to believe every word that you see on their profile. and think that that is the truth. Because 9 times out of 10 is just a load of crap, to put it, mildly, that is on there. Because there is no need for people to really show you who they are. Somebody can put up a profile and put a picture of Obama, for example, Barack Obama as their profile, and say all these nice things about themselves. And they always have people who actually think that Barack Obama is the person that is behind whatever profile that they're reading there. Some people import pictures of Caucasian men, for example. Meanwhile, they're African, just like me, in fact, darker than me. And they will put that up on their profile and call themselves Johnny West, for example, and have all these pictures of a nice Caucasian guy with blue eyes and, white colored skin and all of this. And people buy into it. People actually believe that it is who it says it is. They're genuine people. I'm not saying there aren't, but the majority of people never tell the truth. All the things that you see on there is never ever the truth. From name to the stuff they describe themselves as, to pictures, to all of those things, they're never the truth, 9 times out of 10. And so don't take what you see at face value. I know this is very difficult and kind of crazy, because you have to make a judgment based on what what you see. You can only decide whether this is yay or nay based on what is on in front of you. I accept that. But at the same time, don't be fooled into thinking that because I read this thing and this person said he was all that, then that is what it really is. Because 9 times out of 10, guys, it is not what it says it is. Number two, people do things like, reducing their age or adding to their age. You could have an 18-year-old person posing as a 35-year-old, trying to woo a 30-year-old or 35-year-old woman. Some even go older, because they think that those kinds of women have hit a certain place or space in their lives, and they might have some property or money that they can lay their hands on. Girls, especially girls, please, you guys, if you decide that online dating is the road you want to go down, shine your eyes. As we Africans will say, open your eyes, shine your eyes, and don't be fooled by all the fluff that is in people's profiles. Some people are really good at writing profiles. I don't know whether they have them professionally done, but some people are really good at this thing. They've played this game for a long time. And so to safeguard yourself and to protect yourself, guys, be mindful of what you're doing, what you're setting yourself up into. A lot of people that fall victims to these kinds of scammers and scumbags have no business online, because it's not something they're even used to. They just hear people talking about it. Oh, yes, Margaret, these days, internet dating is the hot thing, is what everybody is doing. And so unfortunately, you find a 55-year-old widow who's lost her husband and is lonely and is looking for a bit of company, jumping onto the wide web where they don't really understand how things work, because they're honest, decent people. They think that everybody else is honest and decent with them too. Guys, not all that glitters is gold. And in this world that we're living right now, you always have to assume the worst of people, because and then wait to be pleasantly surprised that they're not who they say they're not. I'm going to tell you guys a story that I heard recently, and I think I'm still kind of recovering from hearing that story. There was a guy who killed his wife, and somehow managed to flee the country where he had committed the crime. He went to a different country. He changed his identity and everything, and moved and had a job and posed as somebody different. A woman who had divorced her husband and had 3 kids, a single mom of 3. Met this guy probably a couple years later and, fell in love with him. They moved in together, they got married, and it looked on the surface as the perfectly perfect home. As fate will have it, this girl had a friend from school that she hadn't seen for a very long time. And somehow this friend just decides, oh, I'm in England now. I just want to go visit this girl. I hear she's in town. We haven't seen each other for 20 years and let's just catch up. So anyway, after 20 years, they caught up. The girl just thought, oh, just come home. My husband is working out. He's not in town. So just come over, spend a few days with me and all of that. The friend came to a host house in England and saw a picture of this friend and her husband and their children, big picture in their living room. And she just got this instinctive feeling that she's seen the picture of the guy somewhere before, but she couldn't lay a finger on what it was. And so throughout the whole evening and staying over, she felt very uncomfortable. Every time she walked past and she looked at the picture, she was trying to jog her memory to find where exactly it was that she had met this person. Couldn't remember. Anyway, she left after her visit and went back to her home country. And then one day, the light bulb switched on in her brain. And she remembered that, hello, sweetheart. Hello, Yaba. How are you doing, my darling? I'm fine, oh, I'm fine. How are you, honey? The light bulb moment happened for this woman, and she suddenly remembered that this guy that she had seen the picture of in her friend's house was actually in the papers for murdering his ex-wife, his previous wife, and he was wanted for murder. She quickly contacted the friend, told her, lady, you better run for your life because this guy, this is what he does. You're his next victim. And this woman contacted the police. They helped her. She was able to move by the skin of her teeth with her children, and this is how she saved her life. And so don't just take things on face value. There are some really nasty pieces of work out there. Hello, Sister Matilda, boss lady. How are you doing, sweetheart? I hope you're fine. Hi, Sister Yaba. It's an honor to have you ladies on. I get so excited when I have company, and I know people who are going to comment like Sister Matilda and Yaba. You guys always, have something exciting to say. Yes, you're welcome. Today, I'm just talking about online dating, the advantages and disadvantages of that, girls. This is what I'm talking about. I happen to be dealing with some issue around this thing here right now. I've been involved in this case for probably a year and a bit and still reeling from the aftermath of it. A lot of us hear it and we think, oh, saa brofo nkwasiafo man omo na omo ye saa omo ye lonely kakra na be me bi di ne nsa befo omo twitwa ntoro bi kire wo mu na omo agye atum. No, there are actually women in our community who are falling prey to this same thing. Na eni wonti no omo ntimi nka because of the shame of the scam that they fell for it, and they've given so much money. And it is going on. After the scam, after you've parted with your money, you feel so stupid that you actually fell for such a lie, such a con man. But it is going on. Sis, all that I said so far was that online dating, what is dating? We started by defining what dating is, because in our African community, a lot of people mistaken and confuse dating with romance, like intimate relationship. The two are not the same. Dating is having interaction with somebody. Hey, Missy darling, how are you, sweetheart? I hope you're fine. Oh, my queens are coming up one after the other. I get so excited to see you guys. And that's, dating, crying. What is dating? When we say date, people confuse dating with obi a wɔne wo akɔhyɛ wo mpam. The two can never be the same, ever. They're not the same. Nti mɛma obi amɛdaadaa wo sɛ wobɛtumi akɔ online na bɛrima bi a bɛkɔ akɔhyia no wɔ hɔ biara no, asɛm bi a wɔka wɔ ne profile no so biara no, ɛyɛ nokorɛ sɛ ɛyɛ saa na ɛteɛ. Nti nea wakan wɔ profile no so biara no, wobɛfa no saa na wakɔhyia nipa no na ade no aba wo fie aba wo kɛtɛ so. Woanhwɛ a na korɔmfoɔ bi paa na ade no ba wo fie. Woanhwɛ yie a na mmɛdra bi paa, kumfoɔ paa na ade no aba wo fie. I mean, nkurɔfoɔ bebree a they've used online dating and have had massive success out of it, being the best thing that happened to them. But all I'm saying is, so who decide? They say you're going down that avenue, shine your eyes, be aware. Ɛma wotiri mu nya wo dɛ na mfifi sɛ ntorɔ ne nkontompo na yɛtwa wɔ social media so ama atim ayɛ wo dɛ no ɛyɛ nokorɛ da. Yɛn nyinaa no, when we come online, most people, especially online website and ɛno for dating no, akɔhwie nko ara na obiara bɛtwa no, because everybody wants to show their best side. Sɛ meyɛ a memfono yɛ banku mfono yi, memfono kakraka yi, mɛhyɛ daa mɛsugar me ho style bi na metwa picture no sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a memfono no ɛbɛba fam na ɛlooki sleek. So na me photoshop na aha no apɔtwe na etuatua hɔ no ɛtumi aba fam kakra sɛnea ɛbɛma m'anim no bɛyɛ oval ɛnyɛ round sɛnea ayɛ memfono me maame mfono saa na ɛteɛ monkɔhwɛ me picture na ɛwɔ Facebook me maame mfono so me deɛ so metwe sɛ deɛ memfono so. But people do that because they want you to think that they look how they look. Osia hye sɛ me deɛ ayɛ brown sɛ me deɛ na wahyɛ daa de Photoshop ayɛ na osia yɛ white na de. People never represent themselves as they're saying it is on there because they think that if they do that, you're probably not going to want them. My sister here says, I believe it's getting to know the person. So it's the initial stages meeting outside in an open space. And then she also went on to say, if your instincts tell you it doesn't feel right, please, it doesn't feel right. Don't do it. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. Sister Matilda, yes, I would be. No matter what I do, that part of my cheek, it does not go anywhere. It's a trademark. My mom can never deny because they all have it. Inti wutwe aha no bɛkɔ ɛhɔ no bɛkɔ fam kakra ba we de ɔbɔ kɔ baabi a ɛkasa. I know you have the same thing too, Matilda. So yeah, we're in that together. But yes, people put up all kinds of appearances was idea way so I said they are what they claim they are. But stories na metie ni bi no. Ɛyɛ asefim pa. Sometimes, your kind story, no, be a brony, be a when you're 60 years or ba, ni kuno wejano, and wakoshi obi or online, any panu saka crashing, and oneno, I started doing common kakrani ade, and we start to ridicule these people. But what we fail to realize, and they say, yeah, culture, no, any abrofo culture, the difference can see you. Whereas I be a Ghana for no, ye say, we are bad now you're young girl now for papa said you near fishing what people don't have much of a problem with it. Well, I guess it depends on age difference, but say be at 10-15 years me menya 40 na me koshia be me be a wenya 50-55 na me see me kunena ne nwanwa aye ne say obia mshada nhwe me fani bia but me di 40 and I me see me kunena 23 eno ye beka say me yaringa me yaringa Sana nkankofo bebree beka. But abrofo no, age is just a number for a lot of people. Sister Jordanie, Sister Jordanie, yes, yes, she's here. You know, but miniano, omono, abrofono, age, and chata nye big deal ma 60-year-old mame, obetimi aware 40-year-old bema. Age is just a number for them. But yen titi no difference kakra wo ho. Ya dwen no ne your mindset no difference wo. But asɛm a meka tia wa nyinaa ne sɛ whether broni or bibini o, we're all still human beings and we still have to use this. Wadwen, you have to use it. Facebook ne social media nyinaa yɛwɔ so yi. Sɛ mmarima nkɔkorawafoɔ ne nyinaa no. So sɛ deɛn na ayɛ ɔmo sɛ Viagra bi na ɔmo nyinaa start sɛ ɔmo nom o sɛ deɛn o. Gye sɛ woamfa picture mmɛto Facebook anaa woansɛte a profile ne after te sɛ ɛsi wo pɛ. Ɛfrɛ wo baby ne sweetheart ne saa nneɛma no nyinaa. Nkɔkorafoɔ no nko ara nso na ɛyɛ saa adeɛ. Yɛa na ɛyɛ me nwanwa. I have so many in my inbox. Messenger is so annoying. So annoying. But it's happening. Miniano, shine your eyes is what I'm saying. Online dating can be a beautiful thing if you know how to use it. It can be. Because me now for miensa bi oma their internet dating, eHarmony, Match.com, edien, oma worry. Awo mu makra o. But men hu internet dating sɛ ɛhɔ no ɛna wokɔ bie sɛbisɛbi o nantam na wama bɛrima akɔ akɔdi wɔ saa internet dating no so. Ɛyɛ opportunity a wodan wɔ computer so na wode hyia wɔ bi for the first time. First time conversation is not equal to kobie ototo na obi nkɔdi wɔ minia. Ɛhɔ no ɛna wo bɛfa yɔnko na mo asuasua mo ho. Wei si sei, wei si mepɛ wei, wei si mempɛ wei. Na wankasa we use wadwen de ebu ho asusu sɛ nipa so masi. Mene na kasa, mene me hu ne profile, ya chate kakra. Okay, ebia next stage ne sɛ obɛba na mahwɛ n'anisuo sɛ yagani. Na anisuo meeting no, minia, it is not in your house. It is not in your backyard. It is not in your bedroom. It is not in your bathroom. Mesrɛ mo, it is not in your bathroom, not in your bedroom. Kɔpɛ abɔnten so baabi. Imagine sɛ wakɔ abɔnten na wakɔ akɔhyia obi wɔ Walmart anaasɛ Tesco. Do you bring that person home? Do you meet somebody in Tesco, hold her hand and take her to your house? Who does that? Why na ɛyɛ saa? But ɛyɛ na yɛnyɛ mmaa no, yɛyɛ so desperate wɔ loneliness ne adeade ho a na yɛato yɛadwen na twene koraa yɛwerɛ fi yɛn ho. Na yɛde yɛn ho akɔ akɔtoto nkwanso bi ne situation bi a ɛnsɛ sɛ yɛde yɛn ho kɔkɔto mu. Minia, blessings to you, my dear and knowledgeable sister Sika. Good to see you. Oh, Minia, sister Joa. Oh, I miss you, Han. Next week, you better try and come on the day on relationships. I really can't wait. You have a lot of insight. Ask the uncomfortable questions and see their reaction. Exactly. Me minima kokora ne abrewa bi a omuhia mfie be sɛ 9 nie. Online dating so. Broni ni bibini. Omo date. Omuhia library for the first time. Omo ane ka kyerɛ me library and omuhia di kan. Minimo bi nso so a coffee shop and omuhia di kan. Omuhia wɔ Starbucks. Ɛna bɛrima no tɔɔ coffee na ɔmo tena ase na ɔmo nom na ɔmo di nkɔmmɔ ɛna obi akɔɛ. Minim obi nso so a wɔyɛ time bi a wɔkɔ ɔdate no wakɔhyia nipa koro bi nso so no ɔma ne namfofoɔ mmaa mmienu ka ho. Obi adrive ne car. Ɔmo kɔkɔsom hɔ a ɛnamfofoɔ mmaa mmienu no bɛkɔ akɔgye table wɔ akyire hɔ baabi wɔ restaurant ne mu anaa coffee shop ne mu na ɔmo di ɔmo nkɔmmɔ but baabi a ɔmo bɛtena no yɛ strategic. Because ɔmo ho nea ɛkɔ so wɔ ɔmo adamfo ne table ne ho nyinaa. Out in the open, enipa bebree wɔ hɔ bi. Na mo ahyia wɔ hɔ. You know, there have to be certain minimum assessments bi ɛsɛ sɛ woyɛ and sana what invite you into your space. And that is where we women we falter. And I am man and pay baby, we forget who we are. Because you who be a fine bobo, ne ho fit. Onye ne se a and an mama said and you throw all caution in the wind and start behaving as if you don't have your gumptions, you've lost them. And no, and a coffee fancy nina, ediba. Sister Jodo, I say, web of lies and some maniacs is what you find on online dating sites. And so people need to be extra careful. And then busy. And so it becomes very difficult for you to meet people and be exposed to people. But Minia, sometimes I also reserve the comment to say, so when him say would disuja, now will po beer. Minia, get out there. Africa for you the GNU. Parties, found community name. And the more you expose yourself, the more you open up yourself to meeting people that you might have similar interests with. I'm not knocking online dating, but I'm saying, say, finance dream and son what to anamo, what to sanamo. And I always say, never settle for less. If you do, you get less than you settled for. Simple as that. I don't know whether you ladies heard my story that I said before, but basically what I was trying to say is one of the girls had nadam for kosra nadam for fan say bia me free Canada ha and my ba sister Matilda ho England say me ba besra no me ne ko school be 20 years ni me hu no bio ye wie school me hu ne bio ye didi nkomo online so often no na fe ye benya ye ho contact ye di nkomo oh sister Matilda me ba England o china o when them uba besra me and I'm a kokosra sister Matilda nipa no kokodru England ho na okọ down for ni fie no na picture family picture ebowo ne ho guy na one na down for ba no che so mo ya warefo ne mama ensa wo mu gina ho ni nyina se na papa na owo mfoni ni mu wakodi ewu ewo kura na me fanisa me free so a me ko hu Matilda no eho. And the guy was wanted for committing murder. We put the ex-wife, ewo kuro no so, and we dwane akotena krofufo so. I assess an identity, and wako shia sister ya ni kuneja no wo mamiensa, and on na akodi dom wa ware no ne tifi. Onim so ne murder na tifi. Oma ware mfie bebe, am say be 5 years okra. Inti na downfo no besra no n'echire na ohwe be ma ne picture na who say I've seen this face before but okaikaya ensi so till say osan ko ni kroma ofiri baaye no ansa na wo kan say be ya me hu no newspaper mu a see wanted for murder no ne ye ono a ho an friend na downfo say Jack Ubepe baby afa na mami ansa na pe baby fo frekotifo enani chine ya enkase wo yi we japade bia yi passport na monko ena police fo bu a wo mo de o makotu kro fufuro bi so a ya ma mo new identity a mo de ti so ena be ma no so ya tete na achi no minia imagine what would have happened. Imagine what would have happened. If this is just from face-to-face meeting, people can create this kind of a blunder. Pemse online dating. Obibe timide. Look, there are a lot of Ghana for Nigeria for men who are doing these things these days. Oh, maybe I were 20, 25. No, I call Facebook, so I call train. Fancy be a Caucasian Bema. One the 40s mu enke kane mema omo American army mu na omo show uniform ni ade na omo pictures Google internet so first class omo ko pictures ni nyina na omo de ayo omo profile na wa friend ho Johnny West, Tom Walker, Jimmy Walker, John Walker na yode na waye wayɛ format ne nyinaa ɔyɛ ex-military waware 15 years na ne yere wuyɛ ɛna ne yere no koraa onya cancer ɛna wafiri mu ɛna wagya ne ba baako ɛna sei ne sei me nua they are scammers no ɔmo wɔ PhD in scamming no scamming no ɔmo wɔ ho PhD ɔmo wɔ ho nimdeɛ ankasa. Until Ubeko internet and so kind story. Oh, Jimmy Walker, he's 6 foot tall, he's ex-military, he's been married for 15 years. Oh, not just why you're responsible. Emma or 15 years there. Oh, you're responsible. Oh, Nirio. Oh, that's so sad. Oh my god. No, I almost. Now I quack free so I dear my fate yet. Oh, you're a nice guy and home fair. Yes. Ɛnkyɛ bia ne astarte sire sika ne yere ne wuyɛ no ne yere no abusuafo agye akwaraa no na ɔne ɔmo yɛ legal battle bi na ne soja sika no a onyaeɛ no ɔde ne nyinaa akɔyɛ investment ɔntumi nkɔ have access to ne sika for 2 years nti no ɛbɛyɛ ama ne $1,000 bi na ɔmfa nsettle lawyer ka bi nipa no ɔnte US baabi a ɔte Naija anaasɛ nkran abɔnten so wɔdi dɔko no papa bi you see Sister Shika, a man wanted to do the same to my mom in the name of Mr. Kennedy Japan, but he did not know my mom knew him personally. Mate, you tease? Where the anyamina missio? What when yamina ba missy waka? The scammers out there, no sister. And near man kofo, or near kofo no. And yeah easy and yeah easy. People are doing things. Papa bi wasi your friend is central. You are finishing. Wasi your hey na picture bi a pictures a good social media nya asam keto. Louis Vuitton papa bi na chese na we sugar na we twa pictures, you know. Tintin gram pa no abegina ho. Na ose de ne yere Brazil ni na oware no oye Ghana ni osi oye Ghana ni Kwesi bibi. Kwesi Freeman. Makai. Kwesi Freeman. The yere Brazil ni na one na ware one ne kwa wo ma mienu osemiensa boys na ono oye adwuma was oil rig so cheso to oil internet cash one ho otie no a otim be the cash one ho beware of those people. The storylines ni nyina nso so ya de kro enipa na ware enye ne yire ne fa na chi a na chese ne yire nya cancer wu anase ne yire nya accident anase bibisa omo nyina nso so ye omo ho so omo ye adwuma sika wo mu it's not they don't come across as people who want to take money from you to start with. Omo gumi wa develop unse nipa de woni ni di nkita ho a ekoba nyina no na you start to relax and enjoy their company even though it's online. Ebe yo mama when you are lonely na se wunya obi ane ne nkasa ho no munya ono because if you adwuma ba what are you going to do? Nkwa na atifie you're bored you need somebody to talk to because yenye nipa no human interaction no ehia especially se wunyini a who 20s why you don't care much because you have your friends you go out you do what you do be party weekend until weekend be so kra wabre but wunyini 30s 40s 45 50 unkwa na obetena fie untimi nkwaye 2 am ni biem because ubeba no week ni nyina untimi nkwa adwuma bones already no bankolicious eflo ne wafunu ne already no oto dose se media eno abeka kire the sister sa days na twam untimi nya sa nyama ni bi yen ma na yen kwa ye tie na yes ye describe ye ho se ye single no yen anso na nya ye yen anso na nya ye minia we have to be very 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 careful because as I'm making I'm not making it up. I've heard about it. I have seen it with my own color eyes. I'm telling you. Inti Kwesi Freeman wasi watu oil ewo offshore bi ewo Italy ho baabi. Wono ankasa de wote Sacramento ewo US. Na yire na okofa no no Brazil ni ba one na wo ma mienu. Edidi mu a na oba no ofiri ne oil rig na wo ba fie no opie kokurom oba na ne yire bema fufuo buto ne so akyes wo ye ne ho adwuma awia kete bi eno nti aware na gu omo ntam ate okomu koye DNA test kwa nkwala mienu no kwa nsa anya ne dia we oba na wote sa story ya na ora ho ama no so sad. Oh my God, he's such a lovely guy. Why here crab rope you taman because we are more yeah, baby mama ne do simple. Because the story no is too more malicious. Yes. A bit dry when be dear when you bury and one here you the one sabi booty. That is how it all starts. Jobeki kasa stories ya chere wa ma otiri ma ye oda afi no. Wenya wawie. Oh, oko oil rig no so kra no enkofo bi aba be capture omo ship no oil rig no so omo si omo hia $5,000 ani munya yes I be ku no what is our story na then na be Kwesi Freeman ya me na kasa be so bosomi nsia ni obi be ku no oil rig so already swear be hu me mama Nwako bank account nwako yisika hina memfa nko send West Union not to send me West Union na me de na mensaka fatu account we winning o press send as esika no you never see it again. Let's go back and read some of the delicious messages. Sister Andrew see characteristics matters big time. And people cannot blindly fall in love based on looks, properties, physique, money, because things will definitely fall apart. Some people have lost their lives on or been brutally murdered through web of lies. Inti na me pe crime shows no. Emema omuku omuyire, emma omuku omukunu no. Emma wadrimu bie. Boni a yehye nkrofo tirim no ema wo hu omo tricks ne bi na de ato kotodwem you won't begin to imagine say in today's world there's still women who go out on a night out with their friends and they will order a drink maybe a vodka and coke the vodka and coke you go cup mu the amount one so now the sit table now ne bema no maba date no asori akodru so eja drink no ho uba wasan be fa no you craze and them people are still doing those things. Yes. Okay, so this is common sense, but common sense is not common to all of us. There are people still doing it. You could murder, you why you to victims, you come not just still, yeah, dream. One say, my yeah, and I'm saying a bag of emotion, and we fall very easily for these kinds of things, and it's very sad. And there are people out there ready to prey on vulnerability in some lonely state. Because if we say one shishamra, o shishamra, dendin bebre ma until let me relax my rules. That is your downfall. And no sister Joe or working. When you are lonely and desperate, that is when you do things like that. When you are lonely and desperate, that is when you do things like that. And pardon for make friends. Emma be Emma. Like the quest say obenya obi kokoso ada na say bisa brimpredia when ya kotie bi she onantam nti no wo de wo ho ekoye sacrifice 5 minutes of aje nti no wo de wo ho ekwa afode eno so de ani hwe he just ajodo fool he is with instant karma. Bema na ofiri so obe posi at Kennedy Japan no de abu maame no yesu moja enka nani obehuna de ebe ye no enti minuam Momiema ye nimri o. Sa video yi, ebia na nkoma, wo de onim nyansa, wo de you shine your eyes. But ye nyina, we know people who are vulnerable. Yen share video yi. Let's raise awareness on this issue. My dream wache o. My dreams are topic wache. And somehow people keep telling me this story. Me beka asem bi akyere mo, meka ne twi mu because enipa na asem na to no ye broni nti no. Meka story yi wo twi mu na mapem views about ade a metumi aye na mde aboa maame and how a ebe maame nso me be involved with asem ni. Me ba na maka akyere mo. You need to shine your eyes because the same scenario that sounds crazy when a friend tells, we fall for it quicker than we say go. Let's be realistic here. It's the truth. And two wada o minia. Se and two wada and two yenina. Just a beer, would dear when you're kunubi, be a bear maybe that were chinty, would dear who experience these things. But seriously speaking, a man or more or more 30s is even worse in your 40s and your 50s because if you say, na me cry me market na high. Because one way your classmates in baby aware, it will be at an aware. Okofo bisa, okoye no mistress, okoye second best, baby na pen. You feel that, and it's either that and answer, oh, mammy penny, no, kwa young guy. Na ya kase, oh, yeah, aringa. Wow. But loneliness, it's a real sentiment that a lot of older women feel and fall prey for these kinds of issues. One guy came into my inbox in the name of Asamoah. Washe. They are happening and they are trying it out because they always find people who believe it. That is the truth. Ufri senti nkankofwe omo ye na nka omo nya victim bi anka sa nkwasi asemi nka omo nya ye. But they are finding people who believe their stories and this is why they will push and try. Ebi omo ye nipa 100 a ombenya baako bi on the obeji atum say yes ah. It's sad. It's sad. People who really need to listen to you are somewhere. Sister, we can only share. Me pacho, me sira we ni die mu sister Missy, sister Yaba, sister Jodo, mu nyina me sira mu. Let's create the awareness on this thing. Let's share this video because because our story which you might be able to understand why I'm so passionate and emotional about this thing. Yeah, the work and tap into your emotions because that's our weakness. So we need to use our strength, being strong women and using our coconut. Sister, you couldn't have said it better. You could not have said it better. And yes, I would 5 minutes of money. Ewa keteso. Ebe kwa jisu trubia. Eye kufie komu. Eye asemu. Eye serious issue. He will do his research and work well next time and pray he ends up dealing with secret agents who will put him behind in jail. Oh yes, I love these shows. CSI, me see, NCIS. A friend is saying there's this mystery. A friend, a detective discovery channel, and also what happened. She said, and one I'm here. Know thy neighbors. A dear ben, a friend is saying, a memo mukuomo yinom, a mao mukuomukuno. You know, it's wrong. But you shouldn't let your emotions overrule you. Common sense. Sister, desperation and loneliness, never. Common sense goes out the window for a lot of people. That is the gospel truth. Beme ya ne ho ofese de obeden we dibonisa. Oh dear. Look at him. 6 foot guy, ex-military. Ontiminya misa. Come on. Ontiminya. Date, rape, drugs are being commonly used in clubs, house parties, regular parties, funerals. I fetch on my own sofa water or punch without trusting anyone to do it for me because my mind is shaped rough and eyes are shining. My drinks even go to the bathroom with me. My tongue is for the right man, which is my husband, and no one else. Sister Jodo, with the any problem. This does not apply to you, but it applies to a lot of people. A man you wear your 40s, 50s, you'll be amazed. And some of these people, no, and you say, these are professional women. Professional women, teacher for, lawyer for, doctor for. I'm telling you, lawyers, and a fully pray to same way. Be confident in who you are and what you've achieved. There are other viable stuff one can do and not let lonely. Sister, adeɛ da wɔ baabi o. Adeɛ na ɛhyɛ nkurɔfoɔ bi nantam no, ɛyɛ a wɔka to mu ɛnyɛ yie o. Ɛyɛ saa na ɛkyɛ na 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years bɛsi a na cobwebs aba mu nti ɛyɛ a na wɔn hia brush bi a ɛbɛyiyi ntentan no afiri hɔ na akɔyɛ wu asɛm. I asked for a video call and I never heard from. Sister, we are smart. We are trumpia. Yes. Sanon, lele no. We yes, our pet bills will be done. Can you imagine? Somehow, sadly, some naive and vulnerable people fall for this crap. Me come I'm telling you. Me say, story ya me babe can't 5 minutes most of the time. They can't even go that far. But we feel, oh, we have met our knight and shine our sister. We want to 30 seconds. Me see Madame Fubi. Eshia obi. Me fa we me twa mu ne yansere. Madame Fubi a me chocho bujobi Madame Fubi a che say nyina that time no nyina edi sujanti neja. We call each other every day. We have a good laugh ne akoda. No call party bi obaye. O mama so nkwa didie. So akwanya boy. And a guy no, and a debut of friend no, and omudin komo. FM frame ni ekra mentenenka. 3 months later, Fede, din common enough for telephone. So, first meeting that happened. My year, Nielsen come can face to face. No, my in our phone. So, they say, my penny, so say, I be no match ne babe basso. Guy, and this will be the Benkuni, Nkruma Froy. And I Mrs. Ted, I didn't know. I could do Jacoton. Atwi banku nyagoro atɔ Guinness nso aka ho na me bisa ne sɛ enipa a wɔse wɔ bɛyɛ ho adwuma odi banku nyinaa wie na ɔnom Guinness gu so a woyɛ sure paa sɛ agoro bi bɛkɔ so deɛ anyway kyerɛ me nkama no ntom ɛna ɔno aduane no ma bra no bɛduru yɛ yama me warning kora sɛ weekend no mɛma me mfrɛ no because ɔbɛyɛ busy I'm say okay no problem sister. Investigation Discovery. That is the channel I was trying to remember. What kind of sister Joa? And then he pay by. You can't be queen two man with DVA. I am nice. Or my didn't come out TV kakra. Sister Ponko Pente will be far the come watch it, And I'm so. Hey. Obi akwadware awie di nkɔmɔ awie okay yɛmfa agorɔ nhyehyɛ so afei deɛ sister yi sɛ ɔde ne nsa fa bra yi kuku mu a yɛakyɛ sɛ wɔpepi agu baabi a ne di asɛm nie ebia na yɛ first round ebia na tension akyi no nti wo deɛ yɛnka sɛ no yɛ non scoring yɛnsan try round 2 no ne yɛhwɛ no koraa na ɛwɔ ɛsen round 1 no minia madam for no nso ani kuku nti na nea ɛyɛ sei no guess what she did oyi bɛrima ne ho nneɛma a na egu fie hɔ nyinaa ne boxers ne pants ne socks ne mpaboa na ɔto fa mpoma mu so wɔnkɔ anadwo dasuo mu 2 a.m. waste of space wabɛyɛ dede abɛdwa wasom sɛ adeɛ a wɔde bɛyɛ me no ɛsɛ yɛkɔ haida yɛkɔgye hotel room because efie no neighbors no ne ade ɛna nkɔfo bɛyɛ dede adeɛ a bɛyɛ yɛ ni until they can't be asem so say, we go above and beyond and do all these things in the name of Odi. So not boy no on number at the end in Yadruma. Ni pen drive nala on to and download. Asemo. Eyasem nenti wei wakwa kofa nipa bi say de na ba ofia wa be kunkunfun kwase ewo kwa for 5 minutes of non-pleasure. Ode ne nsa kan na wo pipigu babia. Ade ne ntimi me say sister say hwe nye ya say ubehu Kena say na when nine ensi Kena ho. That's what happened. Pen drive no wentimi kwa nko computer ne nchem no akwa download the file bia. Pipigu ne ho saa. We yedi piaka papa penimu yedi piaka. Imagine the expectation, the excitement for 3 months away grooming girl and then nakasa phone so I can your bekenina na koye show na akwakoye we kwasi asem bi say ya de asefa ni na sister no so ani kokko nti ene ba e no yi bra na ne nyina aka gu abonten se zane manako de kon hwan steroid bi ani hospital MCMI no start spray kran ka beboa ebeso baby ade ne nkoyi we ye obada na verse chapter 1 pa so we sister ya massive pen drive no viruses say no coronavirus sister Adua wa bedwa na sum osi wade ne tekrema keke kresi mini abai so adede obeye no next door neighbors ne betinti omunkwaji hotel room la osi otumi ya ade afeye bai ade oye ya ne so wade ne nsa osi wade ne nsa fa ne kukum se enu anu no ebi mo ho yo mo de pa o enya asem ketwa sister nso ayede ne nsa ahe ne nantem amfie bebre no free so finally I'm going to have the time of my life be me nsem a wakeka say fanboy nyina equal to 0 cos 90 abe time waster na ya na ma na me ka kire bebre say emema woni wonya nyehia ya wodwa na nu bebre no ya na beware of them because wo nyina no wo mo number yesi ahwene pankasa ye nananom abebuo bi aya na ho buo no we don't regard it but it's the truth. Empty barrels make the most sound. It is true. Emema no omuwo experience omunim ni omoye no omunya omanum they don't have to do that. But omufi say man we like what we want to hear. Yenim say no na apese otie nti no be kan wa kire na otima yode na tete Miniano, let's go back to our issue at hand, which is this whole thing about online dating. We have to be very, very careful. Yes, Miniaba. Let's be honest. How can Division 1 play Division? Sister, you ask big question. Maybe, but ukuta pen drive na nimse mbo number. Eya menwa wenu. Ahwene pankasa minia. Ahwene pankasa omu a omuni medwuma no ho no they don't have to talk about it. They show you the sweetness of the pudding, not the eating inside way they. The sweetness of the pudding is in the eating. Yeah, feel now Becca, and I have to use a nice golden fork and I have to put it in a spoon. Action. Yeah, no, and a children, you made no, send your ultimate no manefa. Oh. And back to this our online dating thing. Last year, me say be Easter time ho baby. And obi sending me message say me nkwohwe video bi wo Facebook so. Na me no me ye I always like to portray Ghana in a positive light because me kuro na me free so no. I love it. I love Ghana. I love everybody Ghanaian. I love anything Ghanaian. We're different cultures, different tribes, all in one place. But I love everything Ghanaian. Entino, nipa ne ka sa me nkwohwe na me ndi ho dwuma no. Ntempa so me di ho dwuma nipa ne ye broni. And I was like, what is this about Ghana that I'm supposed to see? I hope it's something good. Nti America so na me kohwe no. Na chese broni ba wenya mfie eduosia na ne kunu awu ɔwɔ mma mmienu. Bear in mind this aborɔfo ɔmo age is just a number for them. Say ebia maame panimu ɔbɛware young guy no ɔmo they don't see anything wrong with it. I just want to paint a picture for you guys to understand the backdrop of this thing. Into wakɔ internet yi so ɔsi online dating cry ɛnam so ɔno wɔnyɛ evident no ɔmpɛ so ɔbɛyɛ. But ne nam fofoɔ mmaa mmienu bi mpanimfoɔ a wɔte so ɔno a wɔn si o n'ano a na yɛn nyinaa ekunu mu awu ɛno a na yɛn nyinaa yɛwɔ mu wo deɛ mɛboa mɛhyɛte up account na ma mɛyɛ o profile mɛyɛ sei na wɔn soso so a na finally no o give in because for so many years no 10-15 years no ɔno nko a na atena o de bia o so sɛ nko benya na nka bɛrima bi da ne ho bla 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 o set up profile yɛ a wɔkɔɔ yɛ ana. Bra bi aye ɔse ɔno ase yɛfrɛ no Selassie sɛ yɛ no korɛ sɛ yɛ ntoro nyame ninim na Selassie eguru mi maami Selassie sɛ wanya mfie 35 sɛ 32 emu baako onu ɔbaa no nso ɛne tuntumi fied bi antena adanti ɛyɛ ne fɛ like broni ba pame panimu a wanya bɛrima ɔyɛ tuntum you know and you could tell sɛ na ɔbaa no n'ani gye tuntumfoɔ ho. Ɔne na didi nkɔmɔ ɔne na didi nkɔmɔ a 3 months later sister no si o ɔmpɛ so ɔbɛyɛ oni time wanyini ɔmpɛ so ɔbɛyɛ saa kasa bebree wɔ internet no so nti otwa plane ticket pa Ghana banyan ɔkɔɔyɛ ɔkɔhyia Selassie no sɛ ɔpɛ so ɔyɛ kuya sister yi eyi ne sika firi ne mortgage mu $18,000 they support Selassie sɛ Selassie ɔbɛset ne ho up. Wɔsan kɔ ɔfiri Ghana ba ne kurom Canada biom wɔsan kɔ back no na ɔne ne kɔwareyɛ kɔyɛ court marriage akɔ high dan ɛwɔ East Legon na ɔne Selassie no ɛkɔkɔ tena hɔ. Afei deɛ ɔmo aware awie na ampa so agudie ne no afei deɛ first time no na ɛsɛ guy no se ne fantasy sɛ obedi ɔbaa ɛsɛ ɔyɛ no rough nti obutu maame no so no wabɔ na ɛsɛ wabɔ ne to bi asa ago bi but wɔhwɛ adeɛ na ɛsɛ violence yɛ abam bi wɔ hɔ a obutu no so a no ɛsɛ wɔmia no kɔn ɛne na papa yi ɔkɔka na ne timi ya no abɔ na so ne ade sister no nso waware maame panimu ɔpɛ boy no nso nti osu a na ɔde makeup afefa na yi no so na kyerɛ sɛ ɔnam hɔ ɛna wakɔ Ghana tu kwan akɔsrɛ mu ehu 10 regions ne nyinaa ma na ni abɛgye Ghana ho sɛ ɔpɛ so set up parrot sanctuary ɛwɔ Ghana because there's a particular species of parrot no ayɛ extinct ɛwɔ Africa. Sister ikɔgye parrot yi bi firi ha ɛde kɔ Ghana hɔ starting the sanctuary. Not knowing sɛ Selassie no ɔwɔ mpena wɔ Ghana younger girl a ɔne ne mfie yɛ bɛɛpɛ bi nti maame ne kɔ a na ɔde ne mpena na bɛtena aberewa yi fie hɔ na ɛne suhum sawam deɛ sɛ wɔawo nim ɔfa no kɔ a maame ne ba no bebie na no asɛm aba sister yi tɔn ne fie ɛwɔ Halifax Canada ha $295,000 na ɔde sika ne nyinaa ɛkɔ fie ɔmo de bi bɛyɛ kuya ɔbɛbie ne sanctuary ne mu ɔbɛyɛ sei ɛnɛ wobisa me sɛ $200,000 no $295,000 emu $1,000 kora maame ne bi waka Ghana sesi a me ne mo kasa ticket kora wɔde betu kwan kora wɔne bi the fie nso ɔbɛba Canada ha ɔbɛba bɛtena mu nso so abɔ no last year asɛm ɛna me ne maame ne phone na ɛyi wɔ me phone number yi so the number wɔ me phone yi so ɛno anko a me ne kasa because me tea asɛm no ɛtɔ me so it's like what the hell maame na yɛ video kora de ato social media mo hwehwɛ a mo behu mo google me bɔ di na mo google a mo bɔ hwehwɛ saa video na mo behu na wo su na wo ka ne Selassie no de ayɛ no to create awareness say enipa shine on my eyes
Entinya enya latafo se first ya na ehunu se latafo mema nko na ese. Ghana for mema so start here. And not knowing se last no. When the boys be or say time all start here be dream say this whole thing was a scam no. Na ye too late. Ni ho akodi mu awie. Te say last ni na namfofo no boys beat me omo ne kunu wo ha na boys bi aboy refie ho bi akuta laptop. Ebe ya na last si o meeting no ne omo akɔhye dan bi mu na omo ye ɔkɔka bi asi omu ana no. Omo nso ka twi onti ase kasa omo kan onti bi. Efe ɔka sɛ ɔno anani ba ne ho so a ohun sɛ na em sɛ guy on pɛ no ne ade ne ayi no. Ɔmfa ne sika mana. Sɛ last sɛ wa muana no a wɔde no bɛkɔ aduro so ama jujufo ne kun abrɔfo nso ɔmo suro saa voodoo sɛm ne saa de no ɔmo nte ase. Na sister yɛ muana no. Na me ne mo ka sɛ wɔte Ghana. Emma kotifo nyina ba mu. Me send them a story ne link na makan na mahwɛ video no. She did a public advising women to stay away from saa online dating sɛm no. Because ono say wahwere na de nyina. And she's not the only person. It is happening broad daylight right under our noses. And for a lot of people, because they are professionals, wako school da, waye adwuma pen, or wajapade bi nti saa nneɛma yi to mu a, they can't talk about it. It went viral. Their friend Mamina Marjorie, Magorie, Marjorie. Google Marjorie versus Selassie. Now the scam and answer online dating. It comes up. Betimi ahwe no. Enkofo bebree no ne interview ebisa no. O kan asem no no osu. Marjorie phone me daso ne wo contact besi ne because we feel say the new she doesn't know what to do with herself. Ne mamie no kra nyi ne ba penny wa chen papa. Ne bad boy penny mu was seen as a lassie when you say no. Intimini no ebe also na so ye bruni Jimmy for akoye we ni ebua. But sister Missy story o kan ye kire say betimi ato ye maame no Ghana fo ye maame mo ne aunties omo wo mo 50s mo omo ware ye ana so wa ware pen ani kuno weja na weja ware ono nkwate no. These things are happening. They are happening live in your community. But because of public ridicule and public shame, a guy in the USA, late 90s or early 2000s, tried to travel to around the 50 states to infect as many women because he contracted AIDS. Luckily, he was apprehended after going to 2 to 3 states and was arrested. Wickedness and evil, pure evil. Into these things happen. They are happening right underneath our eyes every time. Into binuano, mumiamie be yani o. Wa wari na okunu bi no down hona or can body nishia. A lot of people can't appreciate it because you're not in that situation, so you can't understand. And it's easy for people to judge other people when you're not in Obi shoes. Imagine so when you're 40, 50, why? Oh, mommy and son. This is like some foreign thing to you. Because if you're 20 years into worry late 20s, 30s more, you've never had to experience loneliness to this degree. But so with this suggest me make clear. That's how it is to be by yourself. The same four walls. When you'll be an head and and this is how people fall for these kinds of things. It is a only safety net be me bra penimu bi ameniti kroma. Me papa nua baba. Obi ba makwan mu say hey nipa so mani je ho. Ade akra nche no maka kire no no wadane ne ho inspector bedi ako. Wabekọ internet so akọtwe nifa ne files esi That is a sensible thing to do. Ebia na me bebubu nnua bi agu masom. Ɔdɔsɛm bi a nipa no bɛka akyerɛ me nti no, ɛbɛ cloud me judgment. Entimi mma me nhunu nea meyɛ na ebia na makɔfo ale for sa. Menim sɛ meyɛ streetwise, but I'm leaving nothing to chance. Wɔno ɔyɛ bɛrima, wɔnim sɛ nea ɔmo tricks ne nyinaa si tie. Nti meka kyerɛ me nua bɛrima yi a, I have a few good friends like that. A man and mɛrima nyinaa memfa m'asɛm. You see, woyɛ nipa na wɔ hɔ a wofa adamfo a ɛsɛ sɛ wokyɛke wo namfofoɔ. Mimi ti wei, there are so many people I call friends. But friends yi, bebree wɔ hɔ a mo mowɔ profile video yi so a yɛn nyinaa yɛdi nkɔmmɔ. Me nuanom a mowɔ ha, Missy, Sister Adwoɔdɔ, Yaba Kojo, Ama Manson, Awo Mmereku a, mo nyinaa. Me trust mo nyinaa since I'm so-called namfofoɔ no nyinaa. Why? Because kakra mehu ewo social media so nkɔmmɔ a menim di, even though I haven't seen you with my kolokolo eyes no, relationship a menim wɔ no, me namfofoɔ bi a me ne ɔmo atena 20 years, I don't have that relationship with them. Enti me meka ne sɛ friendships no, egu categories no, wode gu box, sort mu. Obi wɔ hɔ a ɔyɛ acquaintance so sɛ ɔyɛ friend, wɔnyɛ w'adamfo. And then there are trusted people who you keep them in your inner circle. So when you're going through something, that's it. At the end of what dreams were how you can talk to these people about it and know, say they are never going to hold it in your judgment. Say, my sister kama say and will you say no? Me the assembly na to any me hear advice, give it to me. And that is important. Enipa bi eni hɔ a obetumi atena hɔ sɛ island. No a wahu bibia nyansa wɔ hɔ eni baako fo tirim. You will know something, that other person will know. Sister Adwoɔdɔ, anything that has to do with psychological and you know, saa nneɛma no, she understands it because that's what she does. Me therapist, me counselor. I'm never going to pretend I am. I'm not. One nedwuma no. Sister Missy, she has her skills. We talk, we chit chat. She gives advice. We'll make some very, very, very strong, serious points. Yedi hu nkomo. Me nua ba preko pe. Sister Yaba Kojo, ono a cash woman. Mimi tiwe, ubisa me sika ho asem me nim. And I'm not going to pretend I do. It is not my bread and butter. It is hers. Inti me here futuo bi fesi kasem ho a menim baby ameko. Sister Ama Manson wɔ teacher ne mimi tiwe me teacher ne me nkyira ade da. Me ni formal education bia wo teaching ho. Inti me here futuo bi afa bibi nyansam ade bi ho a I know where to go for that too. Yeah, ebia obisa me porn star ho bibi de and de menya ho asem bia ka. No cry in your share. And I am Mr. Sister Adwoɔdɔ on while you're done to Tongani, you know, with the movie. You know, when we're joking and laughing about all these things, but seriously, know your limitations and who you are, and find people who are like-minded, people who have been through life and know how it is, people who are non-judgmental. And get, you know, good advice, and go and ask those people. Africa for bibia shame. It's a shame, so I can't talk about it. What will Sister Missy think? What will Yaba Kojo think? What will Adwoɔdɔ think? I say me ko catch them no na say, no abe who say me tiwe, say me disuja, say me nikunu. Enti di and so what? Na so be kan sem bi akyerɛ me abɛboa me na me nkoto kwanso mu antinye. But I would have had my advice. We have to change our ways, change our mindset. Me say, Sister Yaba, you ladies, me can na AI is so awesome. I don't know whether you guys watched that video. I need to send it to all of you. I'm saying me send this Sister Adwoɔdɔ, Sister Ama. Na good news there spread there obi an kan kyerɛ obi a kokonsa bi na mdi ya nke be copy videos no they send mu nyina. But I said it on my page a while back, say You guys are simply amazing. Wow. Until I met you guys, I didn't know, say, you can have like some serious bunch of girls and friends that you've never even met in person, but are so positive minded and, full of everything that is the real definition of love. Aye. The real definition of what love means. Me ba social media space and yes. In fact, I started my page on the 9th of August. Look at all these amazing people. All the amazing people that I found. You guys. Your support makes me tear up sometimes. It's like, wow, I never in my wildest dreams. Where have all of you ladies been? You guys, where have you been? All this time. And we don't know each other, but we're into each other's lives, intertwined. We listen, we have banter. That is life. Padamfo a obetu fu pebi. Padamfo obeye support ediama wo nya adamfo fa ne kokonsa ne pese minkumi nya o minua. Na ma wo koto online dating amena bi mu a waka kire o se sister mentia ho. Mentia ho, don't go there. Don't do it. Boy, yeah, okay. How well do you know him? So her profile, yeah, on the internet. Are you sure that he is who he says he is? It's probably about time you set up a meeting to go and Nana, these people are just mind-blowingly amazing. All of them. Because I'm a bodina, no makoja binti me modino. Missy, Sister Jodo, Yabakujo, Sheila, or hey, Auntie Amma Manson, Ekuya Mandy, just say Franklin, you guys, baby, I won't require Akosia Williams, on and on and on and on. You guys are just, yeah. Me who word I'm fan describing amazing. And I learned so much from all of you. Being a sister Jodo, or any show and now not pay me because YouTube and I meet here bare 5 minutes. I had a meeting, I had to run out, but I meet here kaka no my straight, no my Johnny, Sister Yabakujo posty bibi, no my female, no my hair kakra, no me call. I won't record the same thing. I'm a man and then I know I say I some cry. I've been laughing at her video on a member no more benculicious waste now. I'm over friend baby no pesa. Miss me have some video no serious, you guys are so funny. And you make it all worthwhile. Mummy and stop this whole backbiting. And a lot of people say, oh, we're doing women empowerment, but there ain't no women empowerment, nothing going on there. Minuano. Let's just be real, call a spade, and let us love each other. Obi word ne tibia bi mu a emwa bi ebetimi dia mani pakro no ne dia mani pakro. Emwa doesn't have to be financial. Sometimes it's just a good chat. Sometimes it's just good company. And it saves the day. It saves a lot of women from getting into these kinds of, relationship. Like I said, online dating can be a good thing, but you have to know how to use it. You have to go on there assuming say nipa ne de ato ne profile no so nyina ya kohwie nko an no kore ba ko pese ni o ka se ne din di Kofi atwam ebi ana ne din di Kojo. Nobody tells you who they really are until you see them in the flesh. And you don't just take it on face value. Yes, any nipa ne didn't come blah blah blah, but make it a point. If nipa ne a genuine person or relationship and penny and pa, he'll come and meet you in person. Sister Missy, ya was you be so ya someone giant or cast a person who in person. Once I were done affair because when him said sister was shining the eyes. washine ne eyes into wɔyɛ a ɛmfa nti wanhane ho koraa wanhane ho so nti no momma yɛnsua nnuadɔ and let us open our eyes. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say online dating is bad. Nobody should do it. But if you are going to do it, then don't assume say bema na wo hu no ho no obeba keteso no aba be do next time. Be when na hwese nipa is he who he says he is. Background check be assess we ye fa nipa no ho bia no. Yeah. Nipa ni so ye teacher ni o kira de we. School ben. And as soon as you start asking probing questions, and you start to sense hesitation, you should know that there are red flags. And if it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Oh, and I me mu, and me worry 10 years, and I me yere no onya car accident no wuye, inti me a widower, me a single dad. Now what na whom when you na me asori ama. Oh, what a sad story. Minia. And now to me high private investigator crime and investigation mouse. I won't come here you pay money to get the service. Yeah. You want to know that this person is who he says he is. Before you go with your hands, legs, neck, everything, say, who kochimpna. One way you kofa suicide bomb baby abeto keteso. Huh? 5 minutes of ush ash binti. Emma mumie yani o. Mumie nyanyema bi o. Mumie yani ewa niema bi. Abusua. Masem a mepesa me di to dwa no. Eno ane same no online dating. What are the advantages and disadvantages? All of you guys sitting here, you all know somebody who this message is meant for. Please, 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 please. I plead with you ladies. And you all do it. So thank you guys so much. Share the video, please. Na ubia nso so no ehwe saa asɛm so wonte wa na hwom yi a ekuya sika me si shine your eyes hwɛ ni yie wan hwɛ ni yie a unhu ni yie hwɛ ni yie na wahu ni yie and make informed decisions before you start opening up to just anybody, sir. And let me go through these last messages from my sisters here. Yes, please share to promote educative programs and help someone who may need to hear this information for self-awareness and safety measures. Bam! Sister Ajwa. And these days, we find people who are miles away and use your contacts to investigate them. Yes, oh yes. In our community, we don't like educative brah. Brah, some na what can they say? Because di ko konsebi anase me ko ka se papa no a nka se say nka menya 3,000 followers because sister no ka ko konsa ho niema joma ma kwa di papa no wakwaye Miss Bell line eno de pepa ye ni je ho. Yes, hot topic and de peko konsa no bra no yes. Enye saa obi ewu obi akun obi kunatu obi ato ne kunu niema gu abonte eno de epe. Yes, we love that one. It's very, very good. In America, you used to have this program called Cheaters. In different forms. Baby, also. Just draw the ID, channel. Many me done it too because it's good. Oh, God bless you, Sister Missy, for sharing. I know all the ladies here have done the same. So I don't even need to worry about that one. You guys are amazing. What number are we on, please? Sister Yaba, what are you saying? It's still happening. Some cheaters are hilarious. I know. It's our program, it's amazing. It's amazing. Guys, open your mind and your eyes. And don't be fooled by all that fluff.
lovey-dovey no mo to social media. So no, it is definitely to get people like you to shine your eyes. God bless you. God bless you too. Oh, yeah, brand enough for it, dear. Me say, on kasa bebre, but he hits the bomb, boom. Na ode ato ho na ayi no. It's a big bomb blast, but what he's saying is absolutely spot on. When Yankupon, when Shiraye nyina, no ma depa, enchie nyina. Mini anoma, sister Yabako daka krawai, sister Jodo, I know, and Neda so, why busy? Sister Missy, God bless you. Yamin shira munina. Have a lovely, lovely evening. Oh yes, we shall keep trying, my brother. Yen paba, yebe koswa ni apimso. Omo waso no ombeti. They'll hear it. And these are some very serious times. And we have to go and do the best that we can to protect ourselves as women, as guys. But I'm saying we are two men and man and the emotions, they are caught to situations. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate your support. I love you so, so much. You guys are simply the best. Mwah. Have a lovely weekend, a lovely Sunday, brilliant weekend. Watchina, your best try and come the dead and so. When you mean good night. Bye-bye.
Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, Casafa, Abumde, our real Punto. Sika educate, or don't come up, Rana, yeah, who are true. Sika educate, Unyani, baby, Sika educate. Ain't like you page, and I am vibe. But more than YouTube, subscribe it. Sika educate is the name. All our man so send it come. Inspiration, motivation, modern education. Wafranada, when it's here, or don't come or Ekusika deva. Wafranada, Bema, Jai, or don't come or Ekusika. Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, Casafa, Abumde, our real Punto. Sika educate.